Yeah. Welcome to another edition of PWT Podcast. I am your infallible host, Phil Marks. Of course, joining me, Hairline, aka I was gonna call you the EVP of PWT, but you're Adam Chode, baby. Yeah. And welcome to Pro Wrestle Times Podcast, episode 62, with your boys Phil Marks and Hairline. Hairline, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I guess in the moment I was like, what can I change it to that I haven't done yet here? And I was like, oh, Adam Chode.
Well, hopefully no one steals that bit. So Gilgamesh, Roast J1199, Sal Dossry, Kyle Mulkey, Joseph Morales, Derek Hance, Liam McBlain, Cruz Madrid, Sask Prophet, Ninja Boy, Savage Wrestling Podcast, Brad Becker, Jamie Earhart, Scully Vibes, Zz with two Z's. If I missed anybody, those are our tribal chiefs. We acknowledge you.
Yeah.
I promise that.
They're also my personal MFTs.
Yes, you are our MFTs. You are Hairline's MFTs. And sorry if I missed anybody. Those are our tribal chiefs. I promise I'll get you on the next live show or the next pod. You know how it is. It's all about accumulating all the names. I got to go through, write them all down. Now you got it's a process. But either way, shout you all out. You guys are the chief motherfuckers in the building. God, we're swearing so early in the video. I'm gonna have to edit all the F-bombs out. But either way, we're so happy to be here with you. It's a beautiful day where I'm at. I had a nice, beautiful walk, and then the clouds came in, but I was nice and sweaty. Now I'm drinking a coffee, and I'm excited to bring you guys another PWT podcast for the RSS feed that's been a little thirsty. We did the plugs, right? What do we got to plug, Hairline? At Pro Wrestle Times, at Pro Wrestle Clips on YouTube, and then at Pro Wrestle Times on social media. You already know the rest. There's a ticker below if you're watching. You know where to check us out. Anyways, we're going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk about the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. We're going to talk about Phil Marks' bookmarks because there's some interesting things with AEW's TV deal coming up. And we might time cop and have a live stream going tomorrow as well. So you might get a little double PWT action. I don't know. Tomorrow, but actually right now because it's time cop. It's actually the same day because we time copped. So anyways, though. We have a bunch of Phil Marks bookmarks, and we of course have a Dave Meltzer dummy. It's a short one, but it's his response to a lot of the heat he's been getting and his non-response because he's been a little quiet after, just making a fool out of himself a little bit. Hairline, how's things going out your way though? How are you feeling about wrestling? How are you feeling coming into this podcast? How's life?
I guess I'll start on the Meltzer here front since that was the latest thing you said there. But I was watching the Vince McMahon Dark Side or whatever.
Black Saturday. Yeah, I watched it too.
I kind of don't like how they tacked on like the shit at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's like, guys, like
just last minute.
Right. Yeah, very last minute. Right. It could have been its own episode. Like, why are we fucking pre-coming
booking because Vice TV might go out of business and they don't want to. They want to get the epic. We got to get our shit in, brother.
Good point, though. That is some hot shot booking, so that was explained quick there.
But like, how do you like that whole Black Saturday though? It just turned into like a whole Vince smear campaign episode. Hey,
I don't know, man. Like, it's the wrestling business, okay? And like that was like what Vince kept repeating there was like, I'm just trying to do business, and it's all like fucking.
But he did have it coming, I guess, because he was doing shady shit behind the scenes and all that. But I mean, goddamn, it's I thought like Black Saturday was like the first 10 minutes of the episode, and then the rest was like Ole Anderson was actually cool, and Vince can go fuck himself. That's pretty much what it was.
I really liked this season of Dark Side, man. That Sherry episode was a fucking tearjerker too, man. Her son's all fucked up and like, God, holy shit.
And what other one was really good? What was the other really good one? Buff Bagwell was kind of funny. Man. Yeah, this whole season was really good.
Yeah, the Sandman. I don't know if the Sandman episode.
Oh, that one was fun. That one was fun. It was fun though. It's just like everyone likes ECW, so it's just fun to reminisce.
Word for sure. And then lastly, man, I've been doing okay. I'm really enjoying WWE right now, but like that's always me, the E drone,
It's
But
me
I just
too.
think like they're so fucking good right
It's
now.
just
It's
so
just
good,
fucking
and
nuts.
even though
Yeah.
people are saying, what do you make of people saying like, "Oh, it's in a lull. WWE's been in a lull. The ratings, like they had the worst rated SmackDown in like a bunch of years, but it was still well above 2
No,
million." And then like,
that doesn't
yeah,
my bad. That doesn't matter to me because the people saying that are the same people that like defend Tony when he like does bad in the numbers. They'll go, "Whoa, but blah 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 blah." But like fucking when WWE does it, they retweet this, retweet that. But fucking keyboard warriors for Tony
yeah,
marks,
and yeah, dude, and the ratings too. It's like, man, we just had the hottest WrestleMania of all time. Like, trust me,
right?
there you need a bit of a cool off period. You need that. It's not like, oh, they suck. It's like there's all these other playoff sports going on, and we've talked about it ad nauseum on this program. Oh no,
I don't
now we're
know.
stealing Pat McAfee's bit. Sorry, program.
I want to say mouth, like mouth, mouth,
Yeah, Mav.
mouth, mouth. I can't do it. I'm too white.
So,
Uh,
but
I guess I'm too
this
Wisconsin.
yeah, to Wisconsin, dude. Um, but yeah, man, I think it's a conscious decision on behalf of WWE. You have to, and then the PLE is still white hot, the business internationally, and that's how they keep
Oh
it white
yeah.
hot. It's got to cool off in America for a bit, and it's just got to cool off in general so that come WrestleMania, they can build it up and make it this huge, big thing again. If they just are white hot, everyone's like, oh yeah, but Austin and blah 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 blah.
Well,
Okay, it was just a different time. If you aired that shit right now, it wouldn't like get 5 million. Like, yeah, the Austin Rock shit would, but people would be criticizing like the middle stuff, where fucking you guys know what I mean, like Val Venus and D'Lo Brown or whatever. Like people would be criticizing that shit. So it's just sorry, what were you gonna say, Hairline?
from what I understand here is they're supposed to be doing like the 5 main popular pay-per-views, like the staple pay-per-views here in America, but the rest of them are supposed to be overseas
Good.
and they're mimicking kind of that UFC like
Yeah, good.
promotional tactic,
Because that's what
you
UFC
know.
does too, you fucking dummies. And I talk about it all
Dummy,
the time.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I was sending you up
Dummy,
there.
yeah.
The UFC, they, like UFC 300, all of the biggest events, they do it in Vegas. That's their home base. And then everything else you take international. Now, I'd be cool if they took WrestleMania international, but I just think personally, no, they had one in Toronto, I guess. Yeah, I think Mania can occasionally go international. Like every 5 years, they should let it be known like it's going to go international, and then have all those international markets bid for it for the next 5 years, and then I don't know. I just think that's, if I was in there, these would be the things I'd be pitching, but obviously I'm not, and they have things well under control. And speaking of WWE and the TV ratings, we watched Raw, and Eric Beeston of Bleacher Report gave his grades and wanted to talk about it. We're not going to dive in super uber deep, but we definitely got to talk about Raw as it pertains to the King of the Ring as well, because, we'll talk about the King and Queen of the Ring, because that's sort of what is going on in WWE right now. And I've been really into it. Like, I like when tournaments
Oh yeah.
mean something. There's these big, like, obviously Gunther's winning this shit. Everyone's like, no, Dragunov. Fucking IWC marks. No, Phil. Gunther would fucking, he should win the why, he already had the IC reign forever. What, he's gonna be King of the Ring too? Yeah, bro. Look at Stone Cold. He fucking won the title 3 times. Or how many times did Austin hold it? Like 6 times. And then he won the Royal Rumble twice, and he won the King of the Ring, and he was the Intercontinental champ. Yeah, motherfucker. Let Gunther do all of this shit. Let him be the King of the Ring and the longest reigning IC champ. And yes, like, not everybody just, you get a prize and you get a prize. That's not what the King of the Ring's for, right? If we just like half,
Right.
like, look at Tony Khan. He's had how many tournaments? None of them mean nothing because everyone just wins their little tournament. Everyone gets a little, but they won this tournament, right? You get this belt, right? It's not how it is in WWE. Dragunov's not supposed to win this tournament. I told you guys, we are depraved of Dragunov versus Gunther, which we'll get to. But I mean, you can't be mad about that. Like, it's fucking Jey Uso. We'll talk about it, though. Drew McIntyre comes out, completely fucking buries CM Punk. I don't know, man. Drew and CM Punk back and forth on social media has been complete fire, as Chris Jericho would say. It's been phenomenal. And this has been phenomenal as well on behalf of Drew McIntyre, everything he's been doing. And then Damian Priest comes out, talks his shit. He's clearly turning face. The prophecy was foretold, hairline. I told you so long ago. We're getting Priest. He's leaving the group. He's the guy who can be on his own. We're seeing Carlito might join fucking Judgment Day. I want your thoughts on that, which is a through line throughout the night as well. And but the thing is clearly we're getting Damian Priest. He's gonna team up with Bad Bunny again. Chambea. That shit's coming again, bro. We're getting babyface Priest. I'm all here for it. He's a guy I think they could push to the moon. And your thoughts on this whole McIntyre opening segment, and your thoughts on the through line story of the show. Like, Carlito might join your group, Daddy, the Judgment Day, and Priest might be leaving, who I know is your guy. So I want your thoughts on all that.
So, all right. Drew McIntyre like almost walked into the wall, just like CM Punk did during the entrance, like how they've been filming them like walking out.
Yeah.
So like they really need to fix that shit, or at least communicate with these guys, because like that's 2 weeks in a row that someone's looked like a jackass during the start of the show. And then man, Drew on the mic, holy fucking shit, bro! Like,
dude, he's bananas.
Dude, he's doing the best work of his career. Yeah. So actually, but like, okay, so what you just said here about fucking Damian Priest, like, you finally, I think, got through to me for the first time, because like him as a babyface champ with Bad Bunny, and
yeah,
like,
dude, think about it, because
they go down to Puerto Rico.
They're going back to Puerto Rico after last time. You know what I mean? So,
oh, dude, that's like holy shit. If not, Triple H, I know you're listening, so
yeah, exactly. I know Triple H. He sent me a block of cheese this week. But what do you think about Carlito? What do you think about Carlito joining the Judgment Day? Do you think that's cool? The way I look at Judgment Day is they're sort of like they're sort of like the Bullet Club / NWO type group, and they've always been like a revolving door of people can join and leave, sort of. So so I'm okay with it, and he'll sort of take Damian Priest's slot, I guess, in Judgment Day. But what do you think about Carlito joining and Priest leaving Judgment Day?
I don't think he's joining. I think this is just more like the same storyline, like what they did with fucking Andrade and whatnot, just the deception and blah blah blah. Obviously, Carlito's a heel and they're a heel faction. But like, I don't see the longevity in this, to be honest.
Okay. So moving along, we have the Queen of the Ring tournament, Io Sky versus Shayna Baszler.
Joshi!
Yeah. Oh, was it in Stardom? Oh no, that's great. Well, it wasn't in Stardom, so the whatever. So Sky takes on Baszler, and goddamn, I thought I don't know. I was more like pulling for Shayna. Is that weird? Like, I like Io. You guys know that. I'm a Joshi Mark, but I was kind of pulling for Shayna here. I'm like, let's see it. But Io wins, deservedly so. But yeah, man, it's what do you got to say? It was a solid match. Like, it was what it was, man. Your thoughts on it, basically.
Well, as far as like the whole Shayna thing you just said, I think she's been on fire, man. Like her work here with Lola Vice recently has been fucking dope, dude. But this match itself, I don't exactly agree with the Joshi girl going over on the UFC girl.
Oh, come on.
But, oh, that makes sense to you?
Well, Io's over, dude, and she deserves it. She's a vet, and she was just the women's champ, but she's just already like, people just forgot about that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I just like, Tiny Joshi girl versus UFC girl, I guess. But like at least like Shayna like knows her place. You know what I'm saying? Like, and will do the job. Like that's good business. But I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't
And
like her and Zoe together. I don't like her and Zoe together.
it's okay to me. I'd rather have her with Lola Vice. That shit's dope. They're both
Mhm.
UFC marks, yada yada. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah. Lola fought in
What,
Bellator for anyone listening who didn't know. Lola Vice.
oh no, you know. What was Io Sky's little rant at the end? I didn't get that.
I'm blanking it right now. Here, let's read the seamless transition. Sky assumed the role of babyface, which seems odd given her part in. Yeah, I don't know. We missed it. But anyways, though, speaking of King of the Ring, we had Kofi Kingston versus Gunther. Now, I'm one of these guys where when the match fucking starts and then the guy attacks the other guy's leg, especially when it's a baby face, like Kofi starts off by like heelishly beating down Gunther's leg before the match starts and like working his leg over. I don't really even like when heels do that because it's like, okay, just call it a no contest. Like if this happened in a UFC, like you'd be lucky if they let the fight go on after the guys start brawling right before the fight's about to start. You know, like you'd be if that happened, I don't think they'd let the fight happen. But like
It's very AEW.
right. So but that aside, I'm like, okay, like they can get away with this from time to time. But it was Kofi attacking Gunther's leg. And I'm sitting there going, God damn, I was so hyped for this match. And also, like, Kofi won the match against Ray on that house show, which they filmed. All the marks. Why are they having a King of the Ring match on the house show? Because it's called running a fucking business and selling tickets to the goddamn house show. And they filled a house to see Kofi Kingston versus fucking Rey Mysterio. And they film everything, so they just showed it on the TV show. Fuck you guys talking about, man? It's 2024. Come on. Anyways, but Gunther, I didn't like that Kofi like attacked his leg. I was like, God damn, that's very heelish. But I guess, well, the argument's like, well, Kofi's fired up because Gunther like fucked up because didn't they fuck up Xavier, right? Like Ludwig
Yeah,
and
oh
them.
yeah.
So, yeah, so it's like, so I get it, I guess, but it's just to me, it's like, no, that'd be a DQ, and that's not a babyface thing to do, or whatever. Either way, Gunther then these two just start working their match and they start selling and they're just working and they just are both masters. Kofi is a master. Gunther is a master. These are two WWE superstars. This wasn't like the greatest match of all time, but just the work, the pacing, the selling, the submissions, the psychology in the match. I fucking loved this match come the end of it. Yeah, so this guy gave it a B plus, right on. And yeah, Gunther defeats Kingston, and everybody's like, oh, we're getting Gunther Dragunov. Nah, they're saving that shit for the pay-per-view, dog. That's coming down the line.
coming.
Yeah, that's
This is an
fucking
AEW.
yeah, dude. We're getting Gunther versus, like, they're telling 2-3 stories at the same time here. So don't worry. You know what I mean? This is Jey Uso's red hot. We're going to get to that in a minute, but just I want your thoughts on that match, and then we'll talk about the backstage stuff that went down.
Honestly, I don't think Kofi's on the same level as Gunther, and like,
Ooh,
ah, I don't. That kind of hurt because like
yeah.
Kofi's very credible as far as like he was a champion, he was this and that. You know what I'm saying? He does great work. He always has the spots and the Money in the Bank. He lays his shit in, but like I don't know, man. Again, it's kind of like the Io Sky versus Shayna Baszler. It's like you know what I'm saying, like smaller Jamaican guy versus fucking
No, he's
the
gone.
big.
He's from Africa. The Jamaican thing was a fence. I made him do that, actually. Just don't. I
Yeah,
texted him about it, but I don't really want to talk about that right now.
yeah. I can have her send you whatever, and she'll pee in the video. It'll be great.
No, come on, dude. Okay, don't. Anyways, though, so the match, though, you thought, but it was a solid match. No, but you thought fucking Kingston, it was just a little like Gunther should have won a little easier.
Oh man, like not that Kofi doesn't deserve it, but it's just like if Kofi can like take him to the limit, like can anyone take him to the limit? And it's like, guys, he just lost. I okay, more or less my problem here is I just watched this guy dominate, and his entire like intercontinental run was like him basically barely fucking like selling people shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then
So like,
okay. I get what you're saying.
right? Okay, cool. I'm glad I got you there.
Yeah. No, I do get what you're saying. But Chad Gable, so backstage at some point, Chad Gable is berating the Alpha Academy, and he tells Otis, Otis will battle Sami Zayn, and Tozawa will fight Big Bronson Reed, which we'll talk about. He then expressed in training Ivy Nile, and then insults Maxine. So we know what's coming. It's going to be Gable and the Creeds, and Ivy Nile are the new. Who called it? Who said that's what it should have been? Me. But here's the problem. Was I right?
Nope.
Because ultimately they did it when they were ready to do it. They milked it the right way. I was like, oh, we got to do this for WrestleMania. No, they did it the right way. So anyways, Samantha Irvin brought in Lillian Garcia to introduce the match, which I thought was fucking awesome. What did you think about that, seeing Lillian Garcia?
Like she's okay, but like she's not nowhere in the same level as fucking Samantha. I guess that's what I'm doing this whole episode. My bad.
I agree. But she was awesome when she was the Raw ring announcer back in the day as well. But
Her
anyways,
music's enjoyable. It's not my thing, but I think like you know what I'm saying, the talent's there.
yeah. So Kiana James is also on Raw. She interrupted a back and forth with Adam Pearce and Miz and R-Truth. And God, I've been struggling, dude. Like these podcasts, I post them, then I gotta edit them and shit because they get blocked because I be playing the shit. That's why you guys need to become a member or support the channel in any way you can. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, share the shit. But yeah, I'm gonna play this and try and knock Don Stevens us. So here, Kiana James walks up.
Yeah, just keep it down. Like do what you used to do.
Yeah, I will here.
Mr. Pierce, I know we spoke over the phone last week, but I just wanted to reiterate, I'm so looking forward to working under your tutelage. I'm here to...
So she's working under Adam Pearce's tutelage. I don't know why they called her up. I'm not really into her.
leverage this opportunity to its fullest
Yeah,
and prove
pretty
to you
dumb.
exactly why I'm the 1%.
I can tell you why she got caught up, bud.
Why? Just don't read my text. How about we leave my text out of this? Vince, we weren't
Kinda
talking
sounds
about
like I don't
your
have to tell you why.
Vince,
It sounds like you already know.
we weren't talking about your text, sir. You weren't? Well, sorry. I did put a few things in my contract on my way out the door. Kiana James, yeah, I'm just gonna go away for a little while, guys. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I said on the phone, if you need anything at all, do not hesitate to call on me.
Don't worry, I never hesitate. I adjudicate.
I adjudicate, and then Pat McAfee goes on to say, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of premature adjudication going on when Kiana James is around."
Dude, McAfee's one of the greatest things that ever happened to fucking WWE.
Oh
man.
my god, dude, it's
so good,
phenomenal.
dude.
And think about like he's doing his thing, and he's bringing like the real sort of like what he does, why ESPN or whoever pays him millions and his podcast is so successful. But he's sitting there under Michael Cole every week, learning every week as well as he's doing this. So like one day it's gonna be like him and Punk and Big E at the desk, and it's gonna be fucking just incredible, you know?
Oh shit, yeah, dude. There it is. You just called it. Heard it here first, folks.
Akira Tozawa take on Bronson Reed. Now I hate when people grade this a C. No, dude, I grade this an A++ because this is why. Tozawa's
That's why I don't like this guy. But I bet you AEW has all A's.
Tozawa is fucking so good. And he's good at this role. Like, oh, they squash him. Well, yeah, bro, he should be losing to Bronson Reed. And the thing is like, they booked this in a really good way where Tozawa's kind of firing up and doing his thing, but he's not getting too much shit over Reed. And then Reed just hits him with a couple shits and then it's done. And it was like, that's what it should be. All the King of the Ring matches can't be, and this match is a 25 minutes spanning 9 continental on the global New Japan at New Japan Firestorm. They'll have a match on Dynamite. Like, it can't all be, it just has to be Like Reed's gonna kill some people. Gunther, like Dragunov, who we're gonna get to, like, yeah, he's a rookie. This is his rookie season. He's not just gonna fucking go against Gunther because the marks want to see it on the internet. So this is how it's supposed to go down. And Tozawa sells. He's serious. He's believable, even though he's smaller. They're telling a story of Gable leaving the group. This is all good shit, man. So I don't care what anybody. Oh, Raw hasn't been that good. It doesn't have a lot of viewers. Okay, but there's hockey and all this other shit. Oh, that's cope. No, it's not. This is why we've established the majority of fucking WWE people who watch WWE watch other sports. The majority of people who watch WWE don't watch AEW. The majority of people who watch AEW don't watch other sports. And the majority of people who watch AEW do watch WWE. Do I need to break that shit down again? That should be on a fucking t-shirt hairline. Okay? Because that's
head over to the pro wrestling store right now. Pro Wrestle Tees at Pro Wrestle.
Oh, stop plugging other people's shit. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop plugging other people's shit. That's the one thing I'm learning as we go. Anyways, so I don't know your thoughts on this squash match.
Real quickly on that, I'm pretty sure we can have our own like store on the Pro Wrestle Tees store. I don't know. I'll look into that. Hold on.
We'll look into it, man. They might get us for gimmick infringement, brother. No, because you can't. Because then like there's PW Torch, PW fucking Theory. There's all these other things. Anyways, so your thoughts on the squash match?
Genius. What it should have been.
Good.
This is wrestling, you fucking dummies.
Yeah. So Karrion Kross tells Kofi Kingston there's always time to turn things around, leaving the former WWE champion to look confused. We're going to get like a little New Day versus the fucking whatever their Authors of Pain or whatever that group's called. I don't know. That group fucking sucks now. It was over with me at first, but I don't give a shit about Authors of Pain and Kross and Scarlett. And I love Kross and Scarlett, but they need to figure that shit out, whatever's going on. Like they need an overhaul. They need a super uber gimmick change, like Kross and Scarlett. They need to just like redo their whole gimmick and just come back as like something completely new on Raw. That's like completely different than like Spooky or Viking or whatever the fuck's going on. And then Gable berated Tozawa. And then Kathy Kelly pointed out that Dragunov defeated Gunther the last time they met. Jimmy Uso was essential to the ring general beating Jay. And Ludwig Kaiser factored into Sheamus losing the last week. And so Kaiser responded by saying he would embarrass the Celtic Warrior. So we're going to get Sheamus and Kaiser. Celtic. It's the same thing, bro. Okay. You call him the Boston Celtics, but then he's the Celtic Warrior.
You're ready to fight.
Make your goddamn name up, America. America, make your goddamn name fucking make your goddamn minds up. But yeah, so that's all good shit, pal. And then we get the Queen of the Ring, Zoe Stark and Lyra Valkyria. Lyra, I like that they called her up. I just felt like she wasn't fitting in good in the mold of NXT. Not to be a hater, I just wasn't feeling her in fucking NXT. And so yeah, I'm happy she's on the main roster. This is actually a good little match. I'm not a big fan of like either of these girls so far, but Lyra won, good, I think, and then they're setting up her and Becky partnering up. I think that's a good way to kind of do it, I guess. And they have that little bit of backstory in NXT they can play off of as well. And I think Lyra will do really good when they turn her heel one day. Your thoughts on this match?
So, like, I guess I'm going to start somewhat off topic, somewhat on topic. Fucking, I've never agreed with the internet that, like, Becky Lynch is Becky Hogan. Or that that doesn't work with me, brother. Mm-hmm. But I guess I'm kind of seeing it here that she's already tagging with Valkyria. You know what I'm saying? It is kind of like looking like she's throwing weight around and like, you know, why else would Valkyria be tagging with her right away unless Becky wanted to do this? You know what I'm saying?
Well, apparently they're giving people creative freedom in their contracts. That's what Damian Priest, actually, we're going to talk about in Phil Mark's bookmarks, but we'll talk about it a little bit now. Damian Priest has creative freedom in his new deal that he signed or whatever, dude. And it's not obviously like Hogan, like that doesn't work for me, but obviously he gets a little bit of say in his promos and he gets to say, it's more collaborative effort than it was with Vince, it seems, right? Like Triple H is more like, yeah, I'll do, like, if you have your idea and you feel strongly, we're going to bring everything to the table and we're going to work it out, you know? So I'm sure Becky does. If someone like Priest does, I'm sure Becky does.
Okay, so anyways, this was a pretty decent match. Same here. I'm not the biggest fan of either of these ladies, but I was entertained, and the ring psychology all added up.
So Adam Pearce is backstage, tells Jackie Redmond, oh Canada, there will be a fatal fatal four-way match to determine the number one contenders for the World Tag Team titles. New Catch Republic, Authors of Pain, Finn Balor and Dom, and the Creed brothers. You know, Lyra comes out, does her thing. She wins, whatever. We get Sami Zayn versus Otis. Zayn beats Otis. We knew that's what was going to happen. And again, blah, blah, blah. Dude, Zayn's super over. He's going to get a quick win over Otis, who's not that serious. I could even see Otis being with the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile. And then Maxine slowly pull Otis away to be with her or whatever. I can totally see that. I also see Ludwig taking Maxine away. Hairline called that a long time ago, but I totally see that happening. But either way, Zayn beats Otis. That's the right guy who's supposed to win in this King of the Ring tournament. And this match, again, it did the job. It's supposed to tell a story. It's not a C. Not every match is supposed to be 100 flips and a fucking kick out. Like, they're not all 20-minute King of the Ring bar. Like, go watch Brock Lesnar in the King of the Ring. He just beat some guys up quickly, you know? It's what, like,
this
come
guy's
on.
gonna block us.
Yeah, dude.
I thought this match was fucking awesome. Other than, like, okay, I did have one big problem, and it was when he tore his t-shirt. Fucking Gable was on the ground with his back turned, and it was just like, God damn it. I'm not a wrestler, so it's really shitty I'm even saying any of this. But like, you're supposed to feel the moment and all that and yada yada yada. So it's just like, where did it click in Otis's brain that, like, yeah, I'll get the best pop out of this by Gable not watching me do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not the guy fucking hitting the gym and doing this and that, you guys. So, like,
Yeah, exactly, dude.
take that for what it is, you know.
Take a couple blue moons, talk about the wrestling. What?
Ugh. Get that shit out your mouth. I can't do it.
Get that shit out your mouth. So Becky Lynch and Dakota Kai throw down, and Lynch beats Kai via DQ. They just beat Becky down. The match was whatever. It's great to just see Dakota back, and she's really solid. And but yeah, man, they just start beating her ass down. And I don't know, man. What did you think about it?
Man, I like Dakota a lot.
Lyra saves her, so they're teaming up. We already talked about it, so it's like, yeah.
Right. I just like, I don't want to say a waste of Dakota Kai, but like, she's so much more than just like Becky's quick fucking win and like,
yeah,
blah blah blah. You know,
I don't know. The whole damage control to Raw might just be like, so they just all fed to Becky type shit. You know, I feel like that's sort of what's going on.
Asuka's injured, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's a lot of injuries.
Oh yeah, everyone here's in the hospital with Tony.
There's a lot of injuries in WWE right now, though.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. Fucking, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. JD McDonough tells Braun Strowman to stay out of Judgment Day business, so we're gonna see something go down with all that.
Yeah. Facts.
We get a 4-way tag match. Okay.
Wisconsin's trash. Washington County is trash. You know what's not trash? The fucking Judgment Day and the color purple.
Yeah. So okay, this match though, right? It's a 4-way. It's really good. I guess like if you're in the house, you're popping. There's guys in the ring doing spots. You know, there's a schmoz going. It's all good, right? Like the match is a fun time. On TV, it's a little like a little AEW-ish, but at least it's much more structured and filmed really nice, and these guys can all work really well. But yeah, just basically boils down to the Judgment Day win, except for now it's Finn and Dom, and like Carlito helped them win. So I don't know. I think this isn't going to be like a R-Truth and an Andrade. I think Carlito's really actually going to join, and I think Priest leaves. That's what I think is coming, dude, because they swerved us twice already, tried to with Andrade and Truth. So it's like, and then also JD was in there and he eventually became a member full-fledged. They kicked Edge out. So I just think now's the time they're going to add Carlito and Priest is going to get booted out. I think that's what's going to go down. And then imagine they go to Puerto Rico, and then imagine you have Carlito versus fucking Damian Priest in Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny as the special guest referee.
What if that's like the moment that like,
or like Dom and Carlito versus Bad Bunny and Priest? You know what I mean?
Like oh no, I was gonna say Bad Bunny's not announced, but like obviously he would be announced because this is the fucking WWE.
When they go to Puerto Rico, we don't even know when they're gonna. Like they might just go there with like a Raw or some shit. They might not even do like an event from there. But I'm just saying that Carlito versus Priest in Puerto Rico, you can tell me that's going to draw, dude? Come on. Like, what the fuck for the World Heavyweight title? I think that's a draw right there. I don't know. I think that's a good like international pay-per-view too, where you don't hotshot book it. You don't have to, dump your load and give them the rock or whatever. But either way, man, yeah, they.
Well, I was gonna say like when Judgment Day does turn on him, it's Bad Bunny who saves him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I'm saying. And then because they're aligning Carlito with Dom closely too, so it's like we're gonna get like Priest and fucking Bunny take on Dom and Carlito. It makes sense to me, bruv. Either way, though, King of the Ring main event: Jey Uso versus Dragunov. A great fucking match. Jey Uso's over like Rover, red hot as fuck. Dragunov's burying the H-bomb move, and then there's all this debate. Everyone's like, "Oh, the H-bomb, I think, is inspired." The H-bomb. I explained this shit fucking 7 months ago on PWT. That's why you dummies listen to this shit.
Yeah.
I tell you what things are. The H-bomb, it refers to Dan Henderson, Hendo, MMA, UFC, Pride FC champion, legend, Strike Force, fought all over the world. If he lands a right hand, it's called an H-bomb. Okay? And then one time he knocked out Michael Bisping, and then he followed through with like a jumping, leaping punch. And that's what Dragunov does in WWE. It's the leaping, like KO blow, squish your head punch that Henderson did. Now that jumping punch that Henderson landed on Michael Bisping at UFC 100, yeah, I'm telling you guys the facts. That's not the H-bomb. The H-bomb was the right hand that he hit Bisping with before he fucking jumped on his head and did what Dragunov calls the H-bomb. But what Dragunov did is an amalgamation of both. You know what I mean? So that's good shit that he does it, but he's burying that move because he just does it all the time and it doesn't win the matches. But Jey won. People are melting down. Oh, it should have been Dragunov. No, Jay's red, and then you guys cry when Jey isn't super over with people. Like there's people complaining about Jey all the fucking time. Oh, he doesn't like do his wrestling's not the greatest. It's like, yeah, I agree. And someone's got to tell him to slow the fuck down because he's so over. He doesn't even have to do anything. He doesn't have to do anything. So over. So like this match was good because he sort of did less. He really put Dragunov shit over, and then he got the win. He's the vet. He's he's main event Jey Uso. He's over as fuck. Dragunov's a rookie and barely known. Him beating Jey right now would do more damage to Jey than it would help Dragunov. Do you know what I mean? Like Jey winning right now does more for both of them than Dragunov just beating Jey and then losing to Gunther. He's not going to beat Gunther, and they're not just giving this kid the King of the Ring first year. There's no way that happens. It's going to Gunther. So, and we know that now for sure because fucking Dragunov lost. Your thoughts on this match? I thought it was a solid match, a really good main event, and the finish took everyone by surprise.
I think the problem with Jey here is like he's too caught up in like the internet shit, like the Young Bucks and shit, where he's just trying to get the viral moment and like, it's what you said there, man. Like he could be like Stone Cold and literally just stomp a mud hole, and the arena would erupt.
Yeah, just let them yeet every yeet, Yeet, one super kick. Yeet, that's the big blow off, you know? Like he's instead of 7 super kicks, he's got to do one super kick, one splash, get one false finish out of the match.
Oh,
your opponent.
they
Like that's all we need.
bastardized the super kick. It's dead. You
It's
know what I'm
dead, dude.
saying?
It's a
Like,
dead move,
that
man.
move.
It's a very dead move.
It's God, man. I hate it. Like what I'm about to say here, but it's like fucking. It's just more of the AEW shit bleeding over and like becoming the norm. You know what I'm saying? Where like you have to do 200 fucking things and like what like you just said there. Why are we seeing Dragunov bury something that's like a fucking legendary UFC moment that he's parodying? You know, and like
Yeah, I
same with
know.
the
I
super.
know. I don't like that too. That's why, and you get I don't
Me
like that.
growing up, man, a super kick was like a fucking end all beat all. You know.
Yeah. One shot, one kill. So we're looking at the King. We spent a lot of time on that, Rob, but it's PWT, daddy. It's what we do. So
Oh, no, we weren't.
we have Gunther. So the next round for SmackDown, on the SmackDown bracket, we have Orton and Hayes. That'll be a solid match. Orton better win. And then we have LA Knight and Tama Tonga. I think it's obvious Tonga wins, and then we get Orton versus Tonga in the next round because they work together at the pay-per-view. So you got to let them touch a few times, I think. And how cool is it that Tonga used to like do the gun stun, the RKO in Japan, and then he's like feuding Randy as like his first feud in WWE. It's weird, man. And then on the other side, we already know the Raw finals. We got Gunther and Jay. So your predictions real quick. I say it's going to be Tonga and Orton. And then I think in the very finals, it'll either be Jay versus Tonga or it'll be Gunther versus Orton, which I think is the match. That's what you do, King of the Ring finals. You go fucking Orton versus Gunther, and you have Orton beat Tonga. What are your thoughts on the King of the Ring here? Just quick predictions on the men's side.
I think we got Carmelo Hayes versus LA Knight, and then LA Knight versus Gunther. LA Knight wins. Yeah.
Oh wow, dude!
I'm
Holy
just kidding. No, that's not real. That's not real. I'm sorry.
That's just okay. Yeah.
I just wanted that. No, god damn it! Like, fucking, I can't unsee what you just said.
Yeah, we either get the bloodline in the
RKO.
finals, like we get Tama Tonga like think about this. In the finals of the King of the Ring, we get Tama Tonga murdering Jay after the match, murdering him, and then fucking like after Jay gets a win, maybe like rolls him up, Tonga goes bloodthirsty, murders him, and then Tonga Loa comes out, starts beating down Jay, and then fucking Jimmy comes out and saves Jay at the King of the Ring finals.
So good.
Dude, so you know, like that's probably what the King of the Ring is setting up. If you think about it, because how do we get Jay, who's on Raw, and Tama to cross paths and set that up, sort of, right? And
right, no, there it is. X-Files.
Yeah, I should X-Files, but I really think that Gunther's gonna win this shit. It's got to be Gunther and like Orton.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. I know, dude. I know Triple H is listening anyway. So, but let's look at the ladies' side here. We got, so on the Raw side again, we know that Io and Lyra are fighting. Solid, I guess, right? Who do you think? I don't know. I bet Sky probably gets the win. Maybe Damage Control sort of fucks her out of whatever. I don't know. And then, but on the SmackDown side, we have Nia. We have Nia taking on Jade. You think Lyra's going to win? Okay. We have Nia taking on Jade. Jade's obviously going to beat Nia. Pick her up, hit her with the big slam. And then we're going to get, and now hear me out, Tiffany versus Bianca. Bianca's going to win. We're going to get tag champs. Jade and Bianca fight each other. And then Jade's going to win. And then Bianca's going to get jealous of Jade, even though they're tag champs. And then it won't happen right away, but that'll be like the root cause. And then Jade's gonna go on and win the Queen of the Ring, right? And this is but you wouldn't do it to Dragunov? No, because Dragunov doesn't look like a Marvel comic book superhero like Jade Cargill does. Jade Cargill's a freak. Once in a lifetime, you get a Jade Cargill. So yes, you push her like Brock Lesnar got the King of the Ring, right? Because he's a freak. So you do that with Jade. So she's going to beat Nia. She's going to beat Bianca. And they're going to be like, no, it's all good, sis. And then Bianca's going to get pinned whenever they defend their tag titles next or something. And then Bianca's going to turn on Jade and get mad at her and like, and then we're going to get heel Bianca. Because it's time, man. We need heel Bianca. I'm sorry, dude. It's time. They got to switch her heel. It's got to happen. We get Jade Bianca at like SummerSlam or something. That's a huge fucking match. And yeah, it's got to be building to that. What are your thoughts on the women's side of the Queen of the Ring here?
Well, here on Jade Cargill, quick man. Like I hate reading the internet crying about like her wrestling with the WWE. It's like, you guys, have you ever watched any of the old school wrestling? Like, less is more, and like fucking. I just don't get how they don't understand like what they're doing with her. You know, like, oh, it's not 62 flips and fucking a chair shot and a table on fire, bro.
Fickle, like,
all right, anyway.
Yeah, fickle wrestling fans. Sorry. Anyways,
I hate to break it to you, Tiffany Stratton is winning the Queen of the Ring.
It's Tiffy time, baby. Well,
goddamn, it's never not been.
I just don't see them not giving it to Jade. I just don't see that not happening.
Damn it! Man. Both these angles you gave here, like,
are phenomenal.
Trips, I know you're listening, bud. So fucking put the fucking hair trimmer down and let's fucking give Phil a call.
Yeah, dude, absolutely, no doubt. So guys, it is time to take a stroll into that was a great review. We spent way more time on that than I thought, but it's good, man. We haven't done that in a while, and it feels fucking good to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Throwback.
Yeah, dude. So guys, it's time to delve into what is called Phil Marks Bookmarks. Hey, Phil Marks Bookmarks.
Oh, Nolan sounds here.
Paul Nolan's really got to he's really got to make us some music, because now that the show's growing big, guys, so some of the music's starting to get claimed on some of the episodes. You know what I mean? Now that the show's getting big, and it's like, fuck, because, and it's not being claimed by the people like Hairline knows, and I know this too, like, being in the music business, you know, like the whole licensing beats, and then you buy a beat that someone might have leased out to people like 100 fucking times, and that whole game's messy. So it's not like the people who make the music and stuff are claiming shit. It's not them doing it. It's like other people who like have possibly leased the beat in the past before I bought it or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying, dude? So it's just annoying. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, we need Paul Nolan, and he's going to make us a whole gang of like unique PWT music guys. But speaking of music, Hairline sent me this, and I wanted to play it for you guys. It's called Jim Cornette, Brian Last by My Side.
Shit. Oh, I didn't know you were gonna do this.
Well, why not, dude? You sent it to me. Like, let's fucking...
No, it's great. We're definitely getting copyright struck, but
nah, dude, we're not, man. Becca doesn't fuck with us or anything, you know. Dude, this guy's got 2 subscribers. He should be happy we're playing the shit. You know what I mean?
I'm one of them.
Spitting fire higher than a southern booth. Drive through, raise my platform of choice. Exposing the business with a thunderous voice.
What did I'm on?
Last by my side, we ain't no hacks. Dropping knowledge bombs with thunderous cracks. These fuck the rules with their flips and their dives. They ain't draw money, that's no surprise. Twinkle toes with his trampoline routine. More flash than substance, a wrestling machine. Give me Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes any day. Selling a clothesline the old-fashioned way. Brian Last by my side, we ain't.
Guys, shout out fucking Slam MaveriX, dude. Come on, man. That shit is hilarious. That's awesome.
What a mark.
Dude. Yeah, dude.
You've got a Dave Meltzer one as well.
Oh man, we'll play that next time. I always got to share you guys a little bit of music. Music's a big part of this show, as you guys know, and so
Yeah, it's
very
dope we're
important to
doing that
life.
now.
Music's very important to life. So I want to play you a clip. We were talking about Vince McMahon before, as we always do. And Dana White, we have the quote here, so if you guys want to read along, and we also have the video. But Dana White at the St. Louis UFC presser, which we were watching on the live show together, he just talks about Vince McMahon.
We were talking to Derek Lewis this week, and he had mentioned that he might have been in talks with WWE as well, just to check them out. In the past, there'd been some wrestlers like Bobby Lashley and Jake Hager that went back and forth between wrestling and fighting in MMA.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a possibility for like some UFC guys to go to like a pay-per-view and make appearances or compete or anything like that?
Well, I didn't know that.
So he didn't even know that Derek Lewis has been talking to WWE, which we covered on PWT live show, myself and Hairline. Check that out. Make sure you check that out from last Saturday.
Oh,
But yeah,
Dana White does not listen to PWT. Confirmed.
Yeah.
I would do anything for Derek Lewis. I really like Derek Lewis a lot. So, and listen, some of the fighters who fight here, you know, have always dreamed about doing a WWE match or whatever it is. And yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I didn't have a problem with that when Vince was consistently fucking me for no reason. And, now that that's not the case anymore, I, obviously would absolutely do it.
Could we ever see you as like a special guest referee one day?
Me? Yeah, that I guarantee you will not. No, never.
Yeah, Dana's always been like, I will never do some shit. He's like, Vince tried to get me to wrestle him at WrestleMania before. He's like, I'm not fucking doing that. But yeah, Vince used to just fuck with Dana White, and it was funny how it's just funny that Dana White's now a part of the WWE technically. And here's Dana White. He continues. He goes on. So that was really funny, but he continues to talk about how they have plans in place, Airline, to do all in the same city, Power Slap on Friday, UFC on Saturday, WWE PLE on Sunday for special events in certain cities, all in the same city, because Endeavor owns all those shits. And
raking the cash.
yeah, and I made the joke. I was like, AEW is gonna have to go back to doing gonna have to do pay-per-views on fucking Thursdays. You know what I mean? Because like they do their shits on Sundays because WWE was doing Saturdays, but then you know what I mean? Now they couldn't compete, so they moved to Sundays, but now WWE is gonna do Sundays. So I don't know, man. But here's Dana spilling a little tea here.
You guys do
What,
the UFC.
who do you think's
and
going to be in the
Power
airport all 3 days?
Yeah, greeting everyone. Oh yeah, we have a great show going on down the road.
Where you guys do the UFC and Power Slap in the same weekend in the same city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to happen. We already have those dates set up right now. Yeah, where Power Slap goes Friday and UFC goes Saturday.
And last one for
and then
me.
You're going to see Friday Power Slap, Saturday UFC, and Sunday WWE. I mean, you'll start.
Let's fucking go.
Seeing that stuff too.
Where you guys do the UFC.
You're going to start seeing that too. So, I mean, did we not tell you? Did your boy Phil Marks not fucking tell you what was going to go down when they merged with UFC? And how I told you guys all this shit. We're going to see it at the same weekends, all of that goodness, man. And I love it. They're making big boy moves, you know?
I kind of wish you would have kept going with your MMA channel, man. Because
No. We're gonna do that. Don't worry, bro. And that wasn't its own channel. That was just a video I uploaded to Pro Wrestle Times, and then people were fucking hating on it. So it was like, you know what? We're gonna save this, and it's gonna be its own channel in the near future. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, like now, like they're becoming weaved together, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, bro. It makes sense. Yeah. It makes perfect sense, man. Okay, we're talking about what are we talking about? TV ratings, all of these sorts of things, right? We're talking about television programs and PLEs, UFCs, Power Slap all be in the same weekend. So at the last Collision, Canada, I tweeted this out and I said, listen, Canada said fuck AEW this tour, you know, like Canada said fuck AEW because they had the incident that we covered on the live show with Sky Blue and the titties being out and the people in the crowd that people thought were independent wrestlers. I heard the one girl was a dancer. I can't get that confirmed or not. I just gave up on trying. I don't care.
What are your sources saying? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and then like Vancouver, they actually had a big packed house. They had like 6K people there or something, which is really good for AEW. Like they've been fucking up so much lately. But then so Tony Khan's like, oh, this is finally a great night. And then some asshole hits the ring. They can't have one good show in
Who's in the ring?
Canada. Nobody. Daniel Garcia's standing on the barricade.
Okay.
And then
Oh,
he's
okay.
outside of the ring, and then a fan hits the ring and just gets tackled right away. But like they just had shit crowds, and then they had like Sky Blue be accosted, and then in Vancouver they finally get a good house. Someone hits the ring. Canada was just like, man, fuck AEW. You know what I mean, dude? Like that's pretty much what has happened this go around in Canada, and I just think it's fucking hilarious. Hairline, what do you think about this guy hitting the ring, and do you recommend anyone hitting the ring during a goddamn live professional wrestling show?
I highly am against it. I do not like it. I think it is stupid. You are risking a lot. You're gonna get your ass beat. But if you are to jump the barricade at any show and be successful, yeah, AEW, right? You know,
Right.
just
So not to be completely negative, so this will be a little AEW
I was gonna send you
update clip, and not to be completely
Hell yeah.
negative, but
I wanted to go over this.
yeah, so Willow Nightingale showed up and surprised the wrestling club. And shout out
Oh,
the
yeah.
wrestling club. I love them. I love what they do. These are the sort of things that help pro wrestling, and more specifically, I think, even though they're watching AEW, but just wrestling in
Oh, this
general,
is awesome.
more mainstream. And shout out Willow. I've always said it. She's
Yeah.
the next Bailey if used and marketed correctly. And this is just
I
a
love
feel.
it.
Yeah, this is a feel good moment. So, because we're always pretty negative about AEW, but we're gonna put over good shit, and we love Willow. We always have on this show. So here's Willow surprising the wrestling club.
And the dime. What a bunch of marks.
Man, that's what it's all about. That's what it's
Yeah, it's so-
all about at the end of the day. She could be she could be their Bailey.
Yep. Wait till Tripp sees this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait till Trips gets his hands on Willow, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. John Michaels.
And people can say like whatever the fuck they want on it. People get triggered at when they in these topics, but like this is also why diversity in shit matters. Like when you see someone who looks like you, man, who is the champion, like that does mean a lot to people, you know? Now I'm not saying reboot every superhero and recast them. It's like I'm not saying that because but what I am saying is like when you have someone like Willow who connects with
you
people.
can go on about this one.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make it about like the movies and where like, you know, certain
Yeah.
movies are fucking up and stuff, but I'm just saying that like
Kinda
as a
wish they
native
could,
dude, when I see people like fucking Eddie Thorpe or whatever in NXT, like, you know, growing up, I always loved fucking Tatanka, you know what I mean? So it's good. That's really, it is important, like in that aspect. When they're like their own character, like Willow's her own thing. She's not like fake fucking Stone Cold, you know what I mean? And then, but look, Stone Cold, but he's black, you know, it's not that. But this little girl's looking at Willow like, holy shit, look at her title. Like she looks like me. I can be that one day. And that means a lot in the world, dude. I don't give a fuck what anybody's got to say.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Fucking just magical. That's what it's all about. Round of applause for Willow and AEW and the Wrestling Club for making that happen.
fucking Willow's awesome, man, and like
Yeah.
that was just a feel good moment, and basically what you said there, it's little girls seeing themselves in that, and it's just like there's so much negativity in the world, especially nowadays, so it's just
Mm.
like fucking beautiful fucking moment. And lastly, like I was saying there, for all those people that say we just shit on fucking AEW, fucking watch this clip, you fucking
Yeah.
cat.
So at Awful Wrestling, we were talking about AEW though, and we're talking about the TV ratings and sort of all of that sort of thing. But anyways, and we're circling to it. There's a reason. Because we have news on AEW's TV deal, the fabled 1 billion that Dave Meltzer was, and don't worry, we're polishing our flutes. We're about to whip them out. And pause. And but yeah, so at Awful Wrestling, good friend of the show. This Wednesday is a big day for AEW, and that's because tomorrow is WBD's big rollout. Here's a little video. We like to play Awful's. We like to EFAP his stuff on the show. So here's what Awful's here's his piece on it, on AEW's big deal, which we have news on. And this is Time Cop. You'll be hearing it today, so it's actually today's deal. Haha.
I love Time Cop. It's very provocative.
This Wednesday, it's actually today though, because it's Time Cop. So this Wednesday, the WBD upfronts will showcase upcoming programming and content across the various networks and platforms owned by Warner Bros. Discovery. Since 2019, All Elite Wrestling was at least featured in WBD upfronts. AEW was doing fairly well. But with a year-over-year ratings decline, dwindling ticket sales, and no upward momentum, will WBD continue its deal with AEW? Oh, come on now.
Watch this. Oh, damn it, they didn't show it.
Dave, fuck, dude. We should almost flute. Not sure when, but the company value went from 0 to 1 billion in 4.5 years. It's a hell of a great investment in the big picture.
Oh, Batman. Oh, Batman, literally.
Andrew Zarian via Matmen podcast. Shout out Andrew. I'm not dissing, but I kind of fucking gave him the what's for on X. Like, he was like, no, dude, like he tried to say that they weren't, that you're a fool if you think that Mercedes, or however he worded it, it's simple-minded, or it's like outdated viewpoint if you think that AEW brought Mercedes Moné in just to get TV ratings. They didn't expect her to get TV ratings. They expected her to boost the division. And I'm sitting there and I responded to that and I'm like, Zarian, no, like that's fucking dumb. And more people sided with me on this. I was like, that's dumb, dude, because fucking the AEW's just a TV show. They don't run house shows. They don't have a gym where she's training the next division. So how is she refining the division? No one's getting over on her. Like, what the fuck, dude? They brought her in they're about to make her and Edge the TV champions because they think everything they do is for TV ratings and fucking pay-per-view sales. Two dead models, according to all of you marks. Not calling you a mark, Andrew, but all the people. I'm sorry, but you're a mark if you're crunching the wrestling numbers and shit. I'm a mark. I'm Phil Marks. I admit it. But it's like all the marks are saying that pay-per-view and TV doesn't matter, and all Tony Khan's trying to do is get TV ratings and sell pay-per-view. So you're full of shit. It's only a TV show. It's only a TV show. So don't it's not to refine the division or any of it, build a division or grow any. No, it's not. It's to get TV ratings. That's all Tony Khan's in business for. Like, what the fuck? How does nobody see this? They don't run house shows. It's not a wrestling company. Sorry, go ahead, dude.
No, fuck Andrew and the fucking listen.
No,
when you're in the fucking listen, when you're in the Gainesville area, and if you want a fucking honorary podcast, do not listen to the Matt Men's podcast. I spent over $1,500 in fucking Andrew's restaurant, and this is how he talks to you. I've never felt so disrespected, dude.
So Andrew
Oh, go
Zarian
ahead.
feels confident that Max is going to be the new home of AEW and run 12 pay-per-views a year. Dude, Max just sponsored Raw last night. Not a prediction. Very confident. Doesn't know what the chart. So it's not a prediction. Andrew was wrong about this. So he was just wrong, dude. Doesn't know what the charging structure will be for those pay-per-views. Next day, and shout out Andrew Zarian. I got nothing against him. Anyways, next day rights are also supposed to be negotiated next year in the AEW archives. So this is all wrong, is what Awful's pointing out.
I wish Awful was here.
Yeah, I wish he was, dude. We'll get him on the live show. So Forbes reports AEW's value is $2 billion, putting it behind UFC at number 1. Cap. Asked to give the exact date, whatever, in which they're exclusive. Dude, Alfred Konua, he's coming on the podcast next week, actually, at Pro Wrestling Bits. Shout him out. And you need to watch his Cody Rhodes documentary before we do that show. But dude, he put me over on I did another podcast with him. And he put me over. He's like, dude, your Dave Meltzer impression's really good. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, because like he's a comedian. He's one of the funniest guys, dude. And so I was like, fuck yeah, dude. And yeah, he's gonna come on the show next week. Anyways, though, yeah, the TV rights. So they're just lying, of course. Wrestling Observer lying. When WWBD's up, Khan declines to answer, saying he doesn't want to get anyone in trouble and that it would probably benefit him if he said it, but that it's soon. We'll know a lot about AEW's future with WBD. And if it's worth $2 billion.
How much do you worry that the cable operators are going to say, you know what, David, these are very nice assets. We like having them. We just don't like to pay for them the way we used to. The only product that we rent at Warner Brothers Discovery is sports. And when you rent a product, it's always harder. Because if we do something great with Lord of the Rings, it belongs to us. Right? When we do something great with sport, we get to enjoy it and benefit from it until the deal is up. Right? And then when the deal is up, you get new rent. In the end, it has to make economic sense.
Yeah, dude, they don't want to do this. Is fucked, man. You guys, you're gonna see why we're doing this, but it's AEW's fucked right now. I want you guys to know that as far as TV.
In the end,
if we're wrong, this is Time Cop, so this is about if I'm wrong, okay, shoe in my foot, but shoe in my foot. Jesus Christ, shoe in my mouth, foot in my mouth. I'm Brendan Schaubing. Okay, geeking out here, but I am, dude.
Glove on my hand.
Yeah, dude. I'm yeah, legit. So I spend too much time in that subreddit, the Fighter and the Kids subreddit, dude. I start talking like Schaub. Anyways, though, it's not looking good for AEW, but we're about to Time Cop. When you guys hear this in the morning, if I'm wrong, okay, foot in my mouth. It is what it is.
Has to make economic sense.
Yeah, so round of applause for Awful and everyone who made that video happen there. That was great. So pretty much, though, what was brought up and confirmed, and so when they have booking, like, well, we'll get into this in a second, but Wrestling News Co., AEW, WBD, not expected to announce a new TV deal at tomorrow's upfronts. Hairline, man. What do you think, dude? So basically, to summate all that, yeah, dude, they're not expected to be announcing a fucking new TV deal. What do you think happens? Tony Khan just starts his own network, buys up an old channel, and airs Ring of Honor and AEW and whatever New Japan shit he can, and just try and do it that way. What do you think? What do you think the play is if he doesn't? Because WBD's doing something where they're packaging like Hulu and all the Disney shit with Warner Bros. So you'll get like all of DC and Marvel and all that shit all in one big bundle and everything. Yeah, dude, AEW's looking like they're not going to be a part of that. They're fucking just losing money and they don't do good enough TV ratings. So and they're not expected to even be announced, which means the TV deal's probably for way less money. Just your thoughts, man. RIP AEW or what? Do you think Tony just drops a Billy, buys another TV station, does his own thing?
Edge is gonna do his own thing for sure. AEW's never gonna die as long as Tony Khan is breathing.
Yeah.
So like he's gonna have to OD on whatever he's taking for
Soda
AEW
water.
to go on. Soda water, don't steal this.
And then
But
this
like other
guy,
than that,
WWE real one right now, his face. It's so
the guy that used to
true.
argue with us back when we first started.
He's just a mark on. I've tried to get him on the show and he won't do it.
Is that the action figure guy?
Man, I'm super I'm not hating on AEW, but it's like I hate to tell you guys that I told you so, but I don't really because I like being right about shit. And guys, it is time
Really,
for
we've really been baby facing AEW here near the end. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting kind of like as it's winning us over, it's just like eliminating. Wow, my bad. It's fucking driving off the cliff.
Well, speaking of off the cliff, there's one man who's just nose dove and spiraled out of control and has just been wrong and lied more times than anybody cares to count, other than PWT, because that's what we do here. And it's time for everybody's favorite moment of the show. It's time for everybody's favorite segment of the week. You all know what it's called. You all know how it goes. Get your flutes out because it is time for Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. God, I swear the flute just gets a little more off key every single time, just like Dave. So we covered on the last show or last live show, one of the fucking shows. You guys just tune into it all. Dave Meltzer responding to Kenny Omega. So Kenny Omega buried Dave Meltzer, and then Dave Meltzer responds and goes, him and Osprey are they're just working an angle right now. And it's like, what? You're a fucking how? What's the angle, Dave? That you're a fucking dumb idiot? And so Dave Meltzer speaks on the sad state of pro wrestling media. And he says, quote, they're WWE not supposed to like you. If you're doing a good job, they don't like you. They don't want to be their friends. So he's still talking like WWE's the evil empire. And because Dave does such a good job and is truthful,
to lots of different
that's why WWE doesn't like him. And you're not supposed to. If WWE likes you, you're actually right and the good guy. And they're big evil.
To lots of different people.
Right. So it's like I'm never like, I think they do a good job as far as that goes. As far as like the reaction, I just thought that it was like immediately like we have to tell everyone that they like us. And it's like, it's like they're not supposed to.
It's like what, Dave?
Like you. If you're doing a good job, they don't like you. They'll put up with you. I mean, they'll put up with you. If you're good enough and you're important enough, they'll put up with you.
But so they don't put up with you, Dave. So you're not good and important enough, dummy.
You don't want to be their friends. You don't want to be their. You don't want to be their enemies just to be their enemies. That's bullshit too. But it's like I just thought that there was this thing of like this idea that we have to.
What the fuck is he even saying?
We have to make sure that everyone knows that they still like us. They still like us. They didn't mean it. They didn't mean it. And it's like, first of all, it's a flippant remark that Levesque said that he probably wouldn't again. But do you really think, these wrestling people have been around this business for 40 years, 50 years in some.
Dave, what are you saying?
Ways, 40 years doing this, and it's like
he made no point.
Do they really like the reporters? They do, they put.
No, Dave, they don't like any fucking reporters who report shit that they don't like. It's like anybody, Dave. You blocked me, Dave, because you don't like that I call you fucking an idiot. Okay? So no, they don't like people ask it's just like Tony Khan. You blow Tony Khan and he loves that. That's why he messages you. God damn it. That's why you guys are friends. He doesn't like other people, and that's why they're not at these goddamn things. That's why they don't. You know what I mean?
Put up with them. They'll be nice to them. It's part of the thing. But they want to own everything. They want to control everything. How many times did they tried to start their own news services, just failed because it didn't come. They don't want anyone else in this business other than them. They want to
Everyone in the world, dude.
control the entire
breaking
business.
their own steroid failure stories.
Coca-Cola wishes they were the only soda in the world. McDonald's wishes they were the only burgers in the world. Nike wishes they were the only shoes in the world. MGM, Paramount wishes they were the only streaming platform in the world. That's what everyone wants. That's called free market capitalism.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing is that's the history, and it's like an Endeavor. It's not any different. It's like that's what it is, and that's fine. But I mean, this whole thing of people trying to act like, oh, you know, they like me and this and that. It's like
that's what Dave's projecting. So he's projecting onto people that WWE likes because WWE doesn't like him. Meanwhile, AEW likes him, and then we point out the problem with that, and then he blah, 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 blah. So Dave is just proving this is why he gets dumb moment of the week. He's just proving that he's inconsistent. He's a hypocrite. And he just says whatever, dude. This guy's fucking a mush brain.
Number one, it's like if you think they do, then you're not doing a good enough job. And you know, so I was so some aspects of that kind of got me. I don't know.
I don't know. I had to self-insert myself in PW Insider and fucking Fightful's problem. Here we go. So moving along, fucking Dave just. Oh my god, that's the cringiest shit of all time, dude. We got another. So then Dave now also speaking about the end all be all, how he's the end all be all is basically what it comes to. And he's allowed to be friends with people, but other people aren't allowed to be friends with people. We cover his hypocrisy so much on the show, but somebody tweets out Dave Meltzer's tastes contribute to the arguments that have arisen between old school fans and fans of the modern product. The criticism of relative star ratings by Meltzer, blah, blah, blah. Dave Meltzer says star ratings have nothing to do with my taste. So somebody, listen here. Somebody responds and says, Meltzer is always the first person to tell you that his star ratings, one, are just his opinion, blah, 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 blah. This is bullshit, right? This is bullshit because this gets quote tweeted, do not overrule your feelings on the match, blah, blah, blah. This guy responds and just owns him. No, dude. Here's Dave Meltzer responding saying, my star ratings have nothing to do with my taste. Sorry, I've hated matches and giving them big star ratings too, including this week. So Dave is literally saying that his star ratings are objective facts now, dude. That's what Dave's claiming. This is what he does. So it's not. It's
what do you mean they're not his taste?
Sorry, go ahead.
What do you mean they? I don't.
Like, so Dave is sitting here saying, exactly, dude. So, like, Dave gets criticized all the time. We go, dude, his star ratings are a joke. Like, this guy doesn't even, like, it doesn't make sense. And then Dave goes, and then everybody's defense is like, well, it's just his opinion. Like, Conrad's like, oh, no, Eric, it's just Dave's opinion. It's just his opinion. And let me talk to you about Henson Razors. But the thing is that fucking Dave is sitting here going, no, my star ratings have nothing to do with my personal taste. So what Dave is saying is he's saying his star ratings are just the objective truth. Even if I don't like a match, I rate it. That means Ospreay's 7 stars because he's the better because Eddie Kingston's better than Kurt Angle, objectively speaking, because my star ratings don't have to do with what I like. This is what Dave thinks. This is why he has this pompous attitude, because he truly believes that what he thinks is the actual factual, man, of what it is objectively, and it isn't just his opinion. So that defense no longer is valid when people go, well, no, it's just Dave saying his opinion, just like you have your opinion. No, bitch, it's Dave saying what he thinks, that Eddie Kingston has more 5-star matches than Kurt Angle. He really thinks that. He really thinks that his star ratings, when he breaks his own system and goes to 7, is the objective truth of pro wrestling. God, man. It's just that schmarmy elitist bullshit. Sorry, Hairline. I'm ranting, dude. What do you think?
I just don't understand any of this.
Yeah, man. And the people who validate him are these guys here, like Uncle Dax, who goes,
Well,
Like,
fuck
okay,
him.
he has a match against Okada on Dynamite for the Continental Championship because
Who
rankings
cares?
don't matter. I know, but Dax tweets out and goes, "Can't wait for paid podcasters to complain and ask, where's the story?" And it's just like, bro, this is why Dave fucking, because Dave's not a paid podcaster, but for sure Cornette and fucking everyone's a paid shill. Hey, call me Phil the Shill. WWEshop.com. Use the promo link fucking below. Spend a little cash. Support PWT and
Right.
WWE. And fucking Dax Harwood, way to just make the only person vouching for you with shows like this, and you fucking block me, and shows like Jim Cornette, and everyone's calling you FTR Bald and FTR Gun, and I don't do that because I hate that shit. And now fucking you block me, you fucking hate, you're calling Jim old podcaster, hating on Bischoff who'd put you over, and fucking offending Conrad who'd put you over and shit. Now either you're working,
Fuck Conrad.
but like, you know what I mean, dude? You're really, that's whack, Dax, because like, god damn it. It's just like, are you like, why are you going at, like, Jim was helping, being like, no, you're one of the best in the world, and highlighting that, and then you're gonna accuse him and fucking Bischoff and these people that they're paid shills. Why? Because they have a WWE shop affiliate link, bro. You should get one, Dax. If you don't have one, that doesn't pay you much. Okay, if people want to shop, they can shop. It helps you out a little bit, but it's not like Dax, you get one. You know what I mean? It's a good thing. Maybe if AEW had one, their merch would do better and shit, dude. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, what do they mean? Like, they really think Cornette's getting paid or Bischoff's getting paid by WWE to talk shit? Oh, they're on a Legends deal. Who gives a shit? So is Sting, and he worked for AEW.
Here's my initial fucking argument, and like, obviously fucking we attract a huge fucking portion of the Jim Cornette fucking fan base, and they're already going to be commenting shit like this, but like, they're currently like in a battle with the guy that owes them all the money for like the royalties for like their fucking the promos and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, they didn't have the promos for so long, so like, what do they mean? Like, fucking Corny's just gonna do that shit regardless, you know? Like, paid podcaster. It's fucking obnoxious, dude.
Oh, you're talking about like the podcast one, that whole thing that went through.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
like,
but
he
yeah, I
doesn't
think they think like what Dax is trying to say, that WWE's paying guys like Eric Bischoff and Jim Cornette to fucking talk shit about AEW, which that cannot be true. That's the furthest thing from the truth, dude. And like, or if it's your angle, yeah, paid podcaster. Nah, man, we just want to do this shit for free forever. Like, what are you, fucking dumb? So stupid, man. It's just turning people on Dax. And then we're not going to shy away. The lowest rated SmackDown of the year at 2.1 million, though. So like, come on. Man.
With
Yeah.
Dax, that just sounds like maximum covium.
It is. That's all it is.
Yeah. For real. My bad. Yeah.
No. Yeah. So, but yeah, fuck yeah, SmackDown still a 2.1 million, lowest rated of the year. It was up against like the Knicks game and the Oilers game and all that shit. Which, by the way, I got to watch one of those tonight. But actually, it was last night. Time cop. So Dave Meltzer on ticket sales. So the reason I brought that up is because also the ticket sales for Raw. Dave tried to shit on them, and he just made himself look fucking stupid. Dave goes, there were 77,600 tickets out for the show as of this morning. It's going to be nowhere close to a sellout, but the super hot period can't last forever, and now we're just in a very good period where major shows are super hot. So what the fuck does that even mean, stupid? And then 7,600. Okay, so why aren't you saying that about AEW when they have 4,000 tickets? Like, he doesn't even say that shit. As soon as WWE, and the thing is that their house, I'm pretty sure it was a sellout. If you look it up, it was a sellout, you know? And then meanwhile, Dave's going, oh, you know, the boom period can't last forever. But meanwhile, it's AEW, and he's going, oh yeah, people won't be at the Edmonton. In Edmonton, the tickets will be low because they'll be at this other event next door. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, I think this was a sellout. Like, the super hot period is over. It's like, yeah, here, see, somebody posted it. The current setup is 8,600 tickets distributed. 8,400. You fucking dummy. Yeah. So Dave just lied, dude. He just lied about Raw, right? They're like, come, we just exposed it right here on PWT. Oh my god.
Yeah, sure, Jan, whatever. Yeah, Dave. Shoot, Dave.
Man, and then here's
Whatever,
Dave.
Dave. Whatever you
Here's
say.
Dave Meltzer giving his ideas on good booking and storytelling. So we were just putting this over on Raw, and Dave goes, Dave Meltzer on WWE splitting up Chad Gable and the rest of Alpha Academy, comparing Gable and Otis to Adam Cole and Wardlow in AEW. So Dave goes, Chad, super strong heel. It's very clear that they're trying to get Otis into that sympathetic babyface role. Big. Tozawa, they're never going to do anything with Tozawa. Okay. And Maxine, there's limitations of what they're going to do with her now because she's not fully ready. The Otis thing, it's almost exactly like what AEW was doing again with Wardlow. What? Which again stopped. So, like what AEW was doing again with Wardlow, which again stopped. Well, what is it, Dave? They were doing it with Wardlow and Adam Cole, and then Adam Cole hasn't been around, and Wardlow hasn't been around. Well, what? Then how is that the same thing? What are you even talking about? What the fuck?
Man, you got some good shit this week.
Dude, well, read this.
Fucking shit.
It's not the same thing at all. Dave Meltzer's crazy as fuck, dude. It's just like, what is he even? Yeah, it's this thing that AEW was doing that they didn't do again, but they stopped. Okay.
Chad Gable and fucking Otis haven't been on my TV for a period of time. They're there every week.
One of them didn't hurt their foot making their fucking entrance. And the other one wasn't fucking, oh man, teamed up with a bunch of spooky devil guys. And it's this shit is so. Dave only he admits it. He fast forwards through WWE. He watches AEW and says, with his tongue out applauding like a fucking little seal. So he talks more about WWE shit. This shit was hilarious. So he talks about Vince McMahon's new court filings are a part of a strategy to repair his reputation and avoid comparisons to Harvey Weinstein. So Dave's pushing the Tony Khan, Harvey Weinstein narrative. And Dave says they need to rehabilitate his image enough to where he can do business as a businessman, because that's what he wants to do. Whether it's wrestling, which apparently from what I'm told it's not wrestling, but whatever. Batman. He absolutely wanted to do this. He wants to not have this name. He doesn't want to be Harvey Weinstein. The only way he can do that is to basically make it look like and portray it as this crazy lying woman. And I absolutely had an affair with her, but all that stuff that she said, every single bit of it is not true except for the text messages. The reason you say that is you can't argue the text messages. So I don't know. I'm not going to call Dave dumb for this. It seems like that's sort of what Vince has been trying to do since the beginning, though. And what the argument people have made is like, yeah, she's kind of crazy, but him and Laurinaitis teamed up. Yeah, we've united the poison. Oh man, I don't know, dude. Vince, whatever. I'm just glad he's not involved in like WWE shit whatsoever. Like, I'm just glad he's not involved in the creative or anything like that. But yeah, she's just a crazy woman. She got hit in the head with a coconut by Rowdy Roddy Piper. And now she's all crazy. She started making shit up.
She's in love with me, can't you see? Look at these letters. Yeah, that's too many A's. I got a skateboard. I had a skateboard down to the right down here.
So Dave at Meltzer said what? Make sure you go and give him a follow. He says he continues on. So we talked about this before, a thread, the sad state of pro wrestling media. And there's more to it here, but it started with him just coping a whole shitload. And here's more of that.
The normalcy is to, bash AEW and everything like that. And if you defend AEW, you must be on the payroll and the actuality is that for the most.
Okay, then why are all like Dax was just projecting and going, oh, paid podcasters? Because no, dude, they're saying like you must be on the payroll. I don't think Dave's getting paid, but these guys are insinuating that all the podcasters, like, they keep just going like, I know you are, but what am I? Or like, no, I'm not. Like that's like what they're doing right? Like there's okay. Oh, like if you shill AEW, you must be on the payroll. I've never said that because I just don't believe that shit. But it's like, I think a lot of people are trying to get jobs by shilling for AEW because Tony's throwing shitloads of money around. You know what I mean? And so now Dave saying this, it's like, it's just coping, or like Dax saying, oh, these paid podcasters. Yeah, like what? Jim Cornette's getting paid by WWE. Like, it's just such
What a
projection and
hypocrite.
cope.
What a
part of
fucking
this even
hypocrite,
showed it
man.
was that most of these people, you know, that it's like you know, there's a lot of people that are how would I say it? The same thing could happen in AEW and WWE. The normalcy different. I mean, in the sense of with WWE, with the Vince thing, I mean, there was not, I mean, yeah, you know, there were people, you know, I mean, obviously John Pollock and Brandon and myself. And
he's going to say, oh, no one really pressed them about that. Yeah, dude, they have like their press conferences are like 45 minutes sharp and tight. It's not a Tony Khan 3-hour ramble fest.
Yeah,
the
try
shit
it out.
gets covered by NBC News. Vince was covered by every fucking major media outlet.
even from WWE, it's like, you know, everyone's over it now. And in a sense, you know,
No one's over it. We just are glad that he's not on creative. Like Dave's just coping here. And then Dave talks about when he was in Hawaii with his girlfriend, who's from quote real media, and was listening to Tony Khan. She couldn't believe that what he was listening to and how bad the questions being asked were.
It doesn't have
and I see it in, you know, what these, you know, and I see it in, you know, what these, you know, I watch the WWE pressers, and I, you know, when Levesque was doing it, I was on most of the calls, you know, almost all of them. And with Levesque, there were, you know, it's funny to me because there was always like, as soon as they said who the person was, I always knew there's 6, 7, 8 people. I knew they're good question. It's going to be a good question no matter what. Okay. And if it wasn't, it was always,
oh my God,
that made me.
What the fuck is he talking about, dude? Jesus.
Hawaii and my girlfriend, so it's been the last Hawaii trip, November, right? December, whatever it was when I was there. And it was December. And there was a.
Who the fuck dates this guy?
It's
Jesus
so bad
Christ.
for the dude he pods with.
Oh my God, man.
Alvarez, right? Fucking poor Alvarez, just fucking falling asleep over there.
Tony Khan press conference for one of the shows. It might have been whatever it was, and we're listening, and she's just like, she's from real media, you know, real background.
Real. So Dave just buries himself. What a fucking dummy. Real media, not like what we do over here, Brian.
Right.
And she
buries
like,
himself in his
what
peers.
are you listening to? This is like the and she did that with the Levesque. The Levesque went after Royal
The
Rumble.
Levesque one, call him Triple H, idiot.
It was like, oh my God, you couldn't believe it. It's like, what is this? And it's like, I'm used to it, but when someone who's not,
what is this? It's pro wrestling, bro. You're dating a chick who's, oh, what is this? Jesus, man, Dave, and then he just buried his own. Oh, you know that real news? She's from real media, not the media we do.
Yeah,
guys, that was
like
Dave.
the media totally for Shivani does.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that was Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week. Man, we went a little long today, my friend. It was a pleasure doing this podcast episode. I think 62 is what it says down below. Yeah, thanks everybody so much for tuning in. Make sure you check us out at Pro Wrestle Times, at Pro Wrestle Clips. Time Cop. The live show is probably tonight, but tomorrow is the time that I'm recording this. And yeah, man, shout out, of course, the Tribal Chiefs, Gilgamesh, Rouse, J1199, Sal Dosri, Kyle Mulkey, Joseph Morales, Derek Hans, Liam McBlain, Cruz Madrid, Sass Prophet, Ninja Boy, Savage Wrestling Podcast, Brad Becker, Jamie Earhart, Scully Vibes. This is anybody we missed. I promise we will get you. I gotta just round up all the names in that. Make sure you check out live shows every Wednesday and every Saturday night. PWT live show where you can see hairline gone, nah. And I thought you were I thought you were Adam Chode, baby. Switched it up. Nope. So, but yeah, you can catch us both. You can catch us both on the live show. for the most part. Your boy Phil Marks. And yeah, look for more shows. Alfred Konuwa's coming on next week. We're going to try and do these pods like every other day or every few days, whatever it may be. Man, it was a blast doing this. Hairline, what do you got going on?
Off of what you just said there, fucking, we should flood the block here for a moment and just fucking.
Well, we've been. I got like 3 fucking shows I got to clip still. Like I got lots going on, man. So it's a lot of work. I'm gonna have to put. I embrace the grind, bro. You don't run from the grind, bro.
Look a fucking 8-hour flight here to do this podcast today, bro.
Yeah, man, but it is summertime, and like I don't know, I do have my bicycle. I might go for a bike ride, and I don't know, man. Apparently, there's a girl running around with powers, and I don't know, man. There's a guy named Hopper living out in the woods.
I don't know why I did Tony, my bad. Yeah, so out in these woods, I don't really like to let her explore because the fucking everyone's after her, and she's all like, "Oh no, I want to explore. You're being a bad father," and I'm all like, "You can't fucking go out there, fucking listen to me. You're being a fucking overdramatic teenager with your fucking hormones and all that. You go out there, they're gonna kidnap you. You're not gonna enjoy being kidnapped, 11. Fuck, Jesus."
See you guys next time for episode 63.